but you don't want to work.
And you also don't want to give your husband or significant other money because you want him to take care of you.
Our money, but your money is
yours.
Money.
Exactly. Like, so what are you bringing to the table again?
Right. So that's what I think it is. It's just delusion factor of pick me, pick me, pick me. And then it's like, okay, well
why would they choose you? Yeah.
Calling it?
You can call it.
Alright, I'm going ahead. Tails.
Alright, so the first question is, what would make a man choose a pick-me? And even though I won this, I want to hear Oso's perspective because I don't really have an answer to this.
Okay, so read the definition again because I think I'll have two answers for this, to be honest. I'll have the answer for the definition on Urban Dictionary and then maybe a more nuanced answer as we go through it. But, you know, I've thought about it a little bit. But go ahead with the Urban Dictionary definition, you know.
So again,
accurate source.
A pick-me is a woman that is willing to do anything for male approval.
Okay, so given that definition, a woman who's willing to do anything for my approval as a male, I think a man would choose that type of woman if that's his desired type of connection or relationship. And what I mean by that is some men are very much wanting a top-down relationship where they're kind of like served and their woman is subservient, basically.
Submissive.
Very submissive to the point of almost, you know, like disrespect at times, or not even disrespect. Disrespect is more.
Doesn't always have to be.
It's more like unintentional appreciation. You know what I mean? Like you don't appreciate those things, you just take it for granted, and you might want that relationship. So not necessarily disrespect. But yeah, there's some men that like that. You know, there are a lot of men that like that.
I think my dad's like that. He likes that knight in shining armor stereotype.
Right. And so, given that definition of the pick-me's, those type of women are like looking for more sugar daddy type of dynamics.
Someone to financially take care of them.
Yeah. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, I think both parties kind of know what it is.
Now, see, I think the thing that's curious or interesting. Were you done?
For that part, yeah.
Okay. Is that?
I still have part two.
Oh, right. Is that? Because when you were talking about it, I was thinking about it. The man who would choose to pick me, like, there's some give and take. You know, like I was watching this thing on Facebook, and it was basically this big, you know, Facebook celebrity, and he was a guy, and he was saying how he treats his woman, and he took care of everything, like every financial thing possible he took care of. And that post of course blew up, but the post that didn't blow up was what he wanted in return from his woman. And that was like, you don't speak when I come in the door, hugs and kisses only, you have my food prepared when I get home, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, if you want to be chosen to have, specifically financially take care of, you also have to give something. Like, you just showing up does not mean anything.
That's the issue with pick-me's to me. Is
yeah.
That they're looking at it from the perspective of what they're going to get, not what they have to give in order to receive.
Yes.
And it's flawed in that sense, you know what I mean? Like, if again in the sugar daddy relationship, I think it's more explicit, and that's why that happens frequently, and it's not necessarily frowned upon as often as I think pick-me's are, because I think pick-me's it's the delusion factor, and this is the second part that I was going to get into. It's the delusion factor of thinking you should be chosen without having put in any work to be chosen. Like, what are you bringing to the table? You think certain aspects of you are of higher value than they actually are within the real estate of relationships and within the marketplace of relationships. Like, it's you thinking you're pretty and you have a job, but you don't want to work.
And you also don't want to give your husband or significant other money because you want him to take care of you.
Our money, but your money
is yours. Exactly. Like, So what are you bringing to the table again?
Right. So that's why I think it is. It's this delusion factor of pick me, pick me, pick me. And then it's like, okay,
well, why would they choose you? Yeah. And I think that definitely piggybacks off our last episode, Attraction 101, where we discuss pretty privilege and the entitlement of women just because they're pretty.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Or they got some wow. Because I know that's a different kind of privilege. Hey.
It is. It's very good privilege to have. Very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say. Most men would have to be within that mindset of similar to a sugar daddy, or like at least accepting the fact that the woman who I want to be with isn't going to bring much to the table other than these clearly defined things, and we agree to that.
And I think we don't hear about those clearly defined things enough. We hear a lot from the pick-me's of what they want.
And that's where the delusion comes in.
Yeah.
Because like these men that they're desiring don't necessarily put out what they want. They're just being, approached all the time. And you're always hearing about how those people who aren't picking them aren't being picked. And that's why they're so loud. So the loudest voices in the room, not necessarily the most credible.
And see, that's where I think my definition of a pick-me is coming from, because it's like, yeah, I'm loud. I'm broadcasting what I want, or the fact that I'm not getting it.
Right.
Because I'm saying, pick me. I want to be chosen. Choose me. Like, here I am. This is what I want. Give it to me. Or men aren't giving me this what I want, but I still want it, And it's like, if you were cool, why are you talking? Why are you putting this out? What do you want? What's the purpose of this?
So, honestly, it's a backwards way. I don't know if we get to some of the questions. I don't think so. Good. We can talk about that. It's a way, we talk about projection. It's a way of actually saying pick me without saying
pick me.
Right. Because you don't want the stigma that comes with actually being that desperate and delusion to think that you want something that you know that you don't deserve. So you complain about guys not having good standards or picking ain't shit women or blah blah blah,
or just picking different women.
Right, but they're all you're degrading the women that they're picking, and then defining them, and then complaining about all these men and all this other stuff as a way of saying they're fucked up. I don't have to change. I'm good. There's something wrong with them.
Yes.
There's something wrong with these things, and that's where projection comes in. It's when you're really putting out your insecurity rather than looking inward to see why you're insecure. And that's where growth comes from. That's where the men who are on that status, they want that. They want someone who's going to be able to handle themselves emotionally and not be like acting off of their insecurities. Because who knows what you'll do next. If you're just feeling insecure one day in this area, you might feel insecure about that on the other area. Who knows? That's instability. And most men at that level that we're talking about do not like instability. They like things to be in order, things going according to plan, have their relationship, their plan, their 5-year, 10-year, whatever plans you know they have. And they like stability. They might like a little bit of excitement on occasion to spice up the stability that they already have, but they want stability in terms of the long term.
Yeah. And I would definitely recommend you all taking a listen to our previous episodes. Men, You Are More Than ATMs and Toxic Femininity, both a part of our He Toxic, She Toxic, They Toxic series. I don't know if we're going to include Pick Me in that series. What do you think?
Why not?
Go for it. So check out that get some build up of about the entitlement, the lack of self accountability, self awareness, the humbling of self, checking that ego, and again acknowledging what you are bringing to the table in reference to what you're receiving. Okay.
Reciprocity, people.
Hey, it's the Real Family. It's your girl Rocqi.
And your boy Oso.
And thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.
Right, because subscribing and hitting that notification bell does two very important things. One, it gives you notification on our new content and make sure that you're up to date on everything that we put out every week. every week.
Every week.
And then number 2, it helps your boy and your girl out with some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest.
It's so real, baby.
But in all seriousness, this is just like the video portion, the YouTube portion of our content. We are It's So Real podcast. So we have all these episodes just waiting for y'all on how many platforms?
11 different streaming platforms.
11.
So it's up to you to choose.
Yeah, there's no excuses. We on everything. So whatever platform you're most comfortable listening to stuff, your content on, we're right there for you. So look us up. It's So Real Podcast.
And our link tree is available on our YouTube channel. Go over there, find the platform that works best for you, subscribe to our podcast, and hear the full thing, because we have a lot more to say than what shows up on our YouTube channel.
Exactly. With that being said, check out the rest of our videos while you're here.
And be sure to subscribe.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
And love.
Always.